Good morning, children. Saira, welcome to this online session. Today we are going to do a composition part. We are going to do information transfer. Okay, what we are going to do today? Information transfer. Under that, we are going to do verbal to non-verbal. I'll tell you what is meant by information transfer, what is meant by verbal, and what is meant by non-verbal. Okay, now what is meant by information transfer? Information transfer activity means getting the written text into another form. See in the exam, how is this done is you will be a small passage will be given, and you have to convert that same information into chart, grid, or picture, table, or diagram, or that is called as information transfer. Either a passage can be given, passage that is verbal. Passage to diagram is called as verbal, and there are two types. One is verbal, another one is non-verbal. Okay. What is the meaning of verbal? Means the passage will be given in the question paper. You have to read the passage thoroughly, and from that whatever question, either it has to be converted into a tree diagram, into a flow chart, into a statistical data, or into any form, whatever is asked in the question, you have to convert it into a diagram form. And the reverse, if a diagram is given and you have to write it in the form of a passage, then it is called as non-verbal. Understood what is verbal? That means a passage, small passage will be given full of information. You have to read through the passage and see the question, what is asked. So in this we are going to do only tree diagram. Verbal to non-verbal, we are going to do only tree diagram. So I will tell you what is a tree diagram. So first one, what is meant by verbal and what is meant by non-verbal? Information transfer means, first of all, what is this? Transfer written matter into any diagram or diagram into passage. That is called as information transfer. There are two types of information transfer. What are they? One is verbal, another one is non-verbal. We have to convert verbal to non-verbal or non-verbal to verbal. That will be the question. So what is the meaning of verbal to non-verbal? Verbal means, see here, verbal means changing to verbal to non-verbal means changing a paragraph into the form of diagram. Okay. So a paragraph will be given. You have to convert it into a diagram according to the question. Okay. In 6th standard we learn only tree diagram. So you will be given, read the information from the passage, paragraph, and you converted into a tree diagram. Okay, that will be the question. Now we will do only tree diagram. How many? There are many forms of diagram. Okay, see here, there are tree diagram, pie chart. So the verbal to non-verbal, a paragraph will be given, a passage will be given. You have to see the question. It can be converted into a tree diagram, converted into a pie chart. What is meant by pie chart? That also I'll tell you. What is statistical data? Okay, tabular column. Either a map, concept map. I think we have done a concept map, isn't it, for the activity. A web, a chart, or a flow chart. So it can be converted into any of these forms. From a paragraph to any of these forms, it can be converted. That is called as non-verbal. Understood what is verbal? Verbal means a paragraph. Non-verbal means any of the diagram, like in the tree diagram, pie chart, statistical data, that is a tabular column, and a concept map, or a web, okay, or a chart, or a flow chart. So I'll tell you what is a tree diagram. Okay, before that we will see what are the rules for converting verbal to non-verbal. First, what you have to do is read the given paragraph thoroughly. Okay. So when a question is given in your paper, what you have to do is you have to read the paragraph thoroughly first. Then note down the important. So you can underline the important points. What all you can cover up, you have to underline. Note down the important points and give an appropriate title. Only a passage or paragraph will be given. So you have to think of a proper title for this first. Then transfer these features into different forms as per the question. So whatever is asked, either if it is asked in the form of a flow chart, then you have to write one below the other as flow chart. If it is asked as tree diagram, Then you will make it into a tree. I'll show you what is a tree diagram, what is a flow chart, what is a web, what is statistical data. Everything I will show you. So what you have to do is, first you have to read the paragraph thoroughly. Then you have to note down the important points. Then give an appropriate title. Suppose the passage is about health, okay, or about food. So you can write food is classified into, just give the passage is starting like this. The food we eat is classified into two types. So what will you do? Food can be the main subpoint title. So like this you will read, or animal classification. Animals are classified into three types, like that if it is given. So what will be the sub heading? Animal classification of animals. Like that you have to give the appropriate title. Then transfer this features into different forms as per the question. If it is a flow chart, you will write one below the other as flow chart. If it's a tree diagram, you will write in the form of tree diagram. Then you have to see, but now we will learn only about one detail we will do about the tree diagram. Okay. Now what is, then after writing features, then you draw neat and accurate diagrams. You have to draw it with a pencil and use a pen to write the information. You write in the table. Suppose you are drawing in form of a tabular column. So draw the tabular column or the tree diagram or the flow chart using a pencil, and inside that whatever you want to write, you have to write it with pen. Understood the rules, children? Now let us see the different forms. Okay. See, this is called as a tree diagram. This you know, you have it in your textbooks. You have in science mostly you will have animal classification. Substances in daily use are classified into two types: man-made, artificial. All these we have learnt, isn't it? So this is called as a tree diagram. So when it is classified below examples if they give, that is called as a tree diagram. So today we learn how to convert a paragraph into tree diagram. Okay. So we will see the next also. What is a chart? Pie chart. This is a pie chart. Like this diagram will be, we have to convert it into a pie chart, means you have to write how many, this you have it in your science textbook, isn't it? How much percent of air is there in the earth, how much percent of is water, air, all those percentages in the form of a pie chart, isn't it? Oxygen content, carbon dioxide, that is all given in the form of a pie chart. So paragraph is given, then you have to form into a pie chart. This is a pie chart. Okay. Next, this is a web concept map. First one is a concept map, and that is a web. Next one is a web. Okay. And below is the flow chart. So these are the types from verbal to non-verbal. All these are non-verbal form, that is in the form of a diagram. Okay. So we will do today only about the tree diagram. Okay. I'll show you one example of that. And one more, statistical data means you have to convert the paragraph into a tabular column like this. Okay. What is his age? A paragraph is given. Mr. Harad's age is this one, he is qualified. His hobby is this. So you can put it in the form of a tabular. So make into a tabular column. Data, statistical data means you can do it in the form of a table like this. So this all we will do it in higher standard, children. Now we will do only tree diagram. Okay. So shall we go to the question? Yes. Prepare a tree diagram by using the given information about vitamins. So a small paragraph I have taken. This you can just read this very simple paragraph I have taken. This is for example. There are in all 4 types of vitamins. Read the paragraph. What is the first point? You have to read the paragraph thoroughly, isn't it? So vitamin A, B, C and D. You will get vitamin A from milk, butter and eggs. Vitamin B is derived from meat and eggs. Fruits and vegetables will provide you with vitamin C. Okay. Vitamin D can be obtained from fish oil and of course sunlight. Lack of these vitamins can cause diseases. So 2 times thoroughly you will read the what you will read? You will read the paragraph. Okay. Now what you will write the heading as vitamins. Okay. You will write the heading. This is based on vitamins. So you will write the heading as vitamins. How many types it is divided in? Vitamins are classified into how many types, children? In this paragraph it is given 4. A, B, C and D. See here how we can do. See types of vitamins. It is classified into 4. Vitamin A, vitamin B, vitamin D. So this is into 4 branches, isn't it? From where do we get vitamin A? From milk, butter, eggs. So again it is, you have to make 3 arrows. You can see how I have done. So milk, butter and eggs are rich in vitamin A. From where do we get vitamin B? So again you have to read the passage to find out. So meat and eggs. Then vitamin C, from where you will get? From fruits and which you will not write anything on your own. So read the paragraph again and again. Vitamin D you'll get from fish oil and sunlight. So you read whatever is given in the paragraph, only those words you will put it over here. You know you will get vitamin A from carrot, okay, but papaya, but you will not write that because it is not given in the paragraph. Whatever is given in the paragraph, only that should be mentioned in the tree diagram. Understood how to do? So what you will write? Types of vitamins. What are the 4 types you write? Just 4 branches you will make, and you will write vitamin A, vitamin B, vitamin C and vitamin D. From where do we get vitamin A? In the paragraph it is given as milk, butter, eggs. Don't put your own idea and write carrot, papaya, all those. Okay? We know because we have learnt in yours, we have learned vitamin B sprouts are pulses are rich in vitamin B. So you don't use your own idea and write, fill in the tree diagram like this. Whatever is given in the paragraph, read that thoroughly. Only those examples you will write. Understood? So meat, eggs, vitamin C you get from fruits and vegetables. You all know lemon. So don't give anything extra. No extra information is needed. Whatever is in the paragraph, only that or passage you will read that thoroughly and you will fill in the tree diagram. Understood how to do? Shall we do, one more shall I give? From your textbook only I have given. From your science textbook. You can, I'll make this, you can see. You have to write it in your homework notebook or any rough book you can write and maintain this. Read the passage and prepare a tree diagram for the same. Okay. Substances in daily use can be classified into 2 types. Substances available in nature are called as natural substances. New substances produced by processing naturally available substances are called as man-made substances. Substances obtained from living things are biotic substances. Substances which are not obtained from living things are called as abiotic substances. Okay. Leather and wool obtained from animals, they are of animal origin, whereas jute and cotton are substances of plant origin. Examples of man-made materials are chair, notebook, etc. So what you'll have to do? You have to read the paragraph or passage again. Okay. Once again you will read. So you will get a clear picture what is about. It is about substances in daily use. So I'll just give a hint. From next time in the exam you will not get any hint like this. Okay. You can fill in to this. See here. Substances in daily use. It is there in your textbook. So that's why I have given. So it is divided into 2. What is that? You will write. Okay. So natural and man-made. Under natural it is the 2 types that you will write down. See, this is another form of tree diagram. See, branches you can see down below and below. So under abiotic and what are living things called, that you will write. So under living things there are 2 types. One you will write, one will be plant origin. What will be the other one? You know. Example of plant origin you will write. An example of animal origin is leather is given. So example of man-made you can write there in the example under man-made. You know, now you understood children how you have to write a tree diagram. This is verbal to non-verbal. We have made a tree diagram in that from the passage you have converted into the form of a diagram. This is called as a tree diagram. So read the passage and fill in the boxes. In the exam you will not get any box. You have to make the box. Teachers will not give you or nobody will give you in the paper like this form. You have to, we will give only a passage. You have to write it fully. You draw according to your imagination. It is divided into 2 types means you will draw 2 branches. Then examples of that means you will draw 1 more branch. Like this, see, one below the other, you will draw branches. That is called as the tree diagram. Hope you all understood children. What we learned today? Information transfer. The transformation of information that we learned from verbal to non-verbal. That means, what is meant by verbal to non-verbal? A passage or paragraph is given. The same information should be converted into the form of a diagram. Okay, you will not write any sentences in that. Only one word you will fill into the tree. Today we saw there are many types of non-verbal, like pie chart, statistical data, web, concept web, chart, then what is the tree diagram, flow chart. So we will learn detail. You can write, even flow chart is also easy, very easy. So today one example I've given of the tree diagram. Okay, so what you have to do in the tree diagram, read the passage, and you have to write the heading first. Appropriate title you have to give. Then substances in daily use is divided into two types. So you will draw two branches. One is man-made, another one is natural. You all know. So under that you read the passage. You will not write any example of your own. Whatever is given in the passage only you have to write it inside that box. So use a pencil for drawing the boxes, and inside you will use a pen to write. Hope I am very clear, children. This is called as information transfer, verbal to non-verbal. Hope you all understood. Thank you, children. Sai Ram. See you in the next presentation. Bye bye, children.